Hello, all of my lovely singles out there in internet land. This is Neptunifish Tarot. Thank you for stopping by the channel. So, I'm going to start a brand new series today, and this is for singles, and that would include anyone who is perhaps in a separation and wanting a message from spirit about what they can expect or what actions they might take to bring the one that they love back to them. All right. So specifically for singles, though, who are just putting it out to the divine, their intentions, their desire to have a divine partnership, right? This is understanding that when we ask the universe for what we want, we can expect to receive that. And so I'm going to ask Spirit today to give us advice about all of those things. And I just wanted to let you know these are the decks I'm going to be using. So for tarot, the main deck I'm going to use is Ethereal Visions, Illuminated Tarot deck by Matt Hughes. I'm going to clarify with the White Sage Tarot. And then we're going to use 4 different oracle decks. You can see Divine Feather Messenger by Alison, DeNicola, The Oracles of the Fairies by Karen K, Whispers of Love, Angela Hartfield, and then Alana Fairchild's Kuan Oracle. So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle up the decks, and when I return, we will get into your reading. Thank you. Well, okay, Gemini, I've got your cards out on the table. So I did go ahead and ask Spirit to please reveal to us, Gemini, what it is that you can do at this time in order to manifest your divine partner. And so I did get an overall energy for the reading, and that is the Hierophant. And so what I'll say about this is there is something in this message, Gemini, about you sort of tapping in to your own spiritual guidance, right? Like realizing that, first of all, because it's a divine partnership, it's a spiritual union that you're asking for, okay? It's all part of your destiny. It's all part of your plan, and it's all being handled by your spiritual team, right? So are you connecting in with your guidance on this? Are you spending time asking, right? Like, I think that's the first thing. Are you asking? Are you putting it out to the universe and asking for help to receive it? Yeah. So there's something about learning. There's also something about learning here, Gemini, and trusting, right? Learning and trusting that this is destiny. This type of a partner is destiny, and it's going to come in. And yeah, there's that annoying, in timing, there's divine timing, whatever. There is that. So in other words, there's a process to all this stuff. But I think once we start to get into the message here, I do see you gaining clarity. I do see you getting ready to sort of cut away some of this. Like, it's all swords. I mean, you got Ace of Swords clarified by 4 of Swords, and the World, and then into the 9 of Swords, and then into the Emperor. So it's like you becoming a master of your thought life. It's like okay, so there's a new beginning, right? So it's like you starting a new cycle with the world. It's like you kind of like a do-over, right? And all of this like anxiety and all of this, whatever from the past. It's like you bossing up. It's like you coming into this next level. It's like you becoming this Hierophant. You becoming a master of your destiny here. And honestly, I think it's nothing more than just reframing the way you think about it. Like, actually acknowledging, actually reaching out to your spiritual team, which, by the way, if any of you are in doubt that you have one, I'm here to tell you that you do. And this is you discovering that, right? This is you, if if you haven't yet, this is you discovering it. And if you have, then this is you starting to lean into that and starting to rework all of those mental anxieties and those doubts and those fears and those hesitations. And really just cutting away, pruning away, coming into a balanced way of thinking, right? Into a stable, these are 4s, a very stable knowing within yourself, Gemini. That's what I feel like this cluster here of cards is this redo, this rework of your mind, of your thoughts, right? Of what you believe is possible. And your willingness to set aside, your willingness to open yourself to the possibility. And really up leveling, because we do see her in the Emperor, he's holding a sword. And he's got the sun over him. He's got a crown. This is like all the kings rolled up into one. Very, very mature energy. You coming into a very solid understanding of what you need to do here. So let's keep going, right? And then we have the 7 of Wands and strength. So yeah, it's going to take a minute. There's going to be a process that's involved. It's going to take you standing firm against old enemies of the mind. I mean, probably not really real old enemies, although it could be a clearing away of people, certainly, if that's what needs to happen. But really, this is just bossing up, being an emperor and calling on your inner strength, right? To understand and recognize who you are in relationship to the divine. So everything in this reading has to do with you coming to this almost a revelation. This is all happening by design. That the way that you become the magician and like manifest things, right? And bring things in, and especially something as predestined as a divine partnership, right? There's this recognition that you have to co-create this with spirit, that you have to partner with spirit, that you have to begin to identify that you are spirit, right? Like, there's this really big energy, the 4 to the 8, right? Where it is going to take a lot of inner strength to overcome all of these fears and all these doubts and all this stuff, right? Gemini, you're an air energy, so you are operating in the realm of thought. And you're here to learn how to overcome your own thought patterns, so whichever ones they are that are keeping you from fully grasping and holding on to the knowing. And it kind of, it bosses up in the Emperor, like it up levels from an anxious, overthinking mind to like a real deep-seated strength of knowing, right? Like it goes from your head down into your heart space here. This is a real evolution for you, Gemini. This is like a real expansion for you. And it is going to take strength, for sure. No doubt about it. But look at what we have next. A lot of major arcana. We got the World and the Wheel of Fortune. So the wheel's turning, and the cycle, this cycle is ready to be completed if you so choose, right, to participate in this. You're really, really ready to grasp a hold of this. This is brand new. The World and the Wheel of Fortune. It is divine. The thing is that these cycles for you, Gemini, they're divinely orchestrated. They're part of the evolution. They're part of your journey. They were written into the plan, right? And Spirit's just letting you know, hey, you're ready. You're ready. Ace of Wands and Two of Wands. You're ready to choose this. There's something within you that's waking up. There's something within you that's being called. It's like maybe for the first time you're really paying attention to the voice. Maybe for the first time you're seeing the signs. Because we have the Sun clarified by the Seven of Wands. So let me kind of pan out here. You've got two aces. So this definitely, and you've got two worlds. So this is definitely a new cycle. No doubt about it. This is the ending of an old way of being, and you really expanding very strongly. Like, it's very prominent here. Like, wow. And I see you choosing it. I see you saying, yeah, you know what? I'm ready. I want to do this. And the Sun is just, yes, it's a happy card. It's an illumination. It's the logos. It's like divine inspiration coming in like a laser beam. And again, we have the Seven of Wands. It's like you coming into alignment within yourself. This is who you are, Gemini. You're the Sun. You're the logos. You're the divine. The divine lives in you, speaks through you, emanates out of you. And as you come into that knowing and make that decision to align with your own spirit within, that's when the real magic begins. That's when you grab a hold of the Nine of Cups and the Six of Wands. Victory. Victory bringing in emotional fulfillment. Victory bringing in your dream. Victory bringing in your goal. So, this is what the message is. Bringing in your divine partnership is going to require you to connect to your inner guidance, to connect to spirit, to connect to source on a regular basis. There isn't any other way around it. If you're resonating with this reading and you feel like you're ready to ride this Wheel of Fortune into this Ace of Wands, like if that's you and you're feeling like, yes, this is my message, I recognize this is my message, I'm ready to face what is not going to just be an easy or an effortless ride. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take belief and faith. It's going to take communion with spirit. And it's going to take some humbleness of spirit for you to say, what I've done before hasn't worked. And I'm willing to do something new, something different, to bring in my ultimate happiness and fulfillment of my journey here in this time, in this life. It's kind of a big message. It's a beautiful message, though. It's a hopeful message for whoever wants this. Spirit's here to tell you it's yours. It's all yours. Every bit of it. So let's get into the oracles. We had 5 oracle cards pop out. I'm going to start here with this Kuan oracle, which I've been really enjoying for this series. I don't use Kuan a lot, but because we're asking for a spiritual union, and this really is, you can see on the box it says blessings, guidance, and enlightenment from the divine feminine. There's really just some beautiful, beautiful guidance in these cards. And they come with meditations and prayers and everything at the bottom. So I may actually, I've got to look up the card. It's card 10. I always read these. They're like pages and pages long. So I don't have anything about this memorized. So give me just a second to find card 10. Let's see what it says. Okay, like card 9, card 11, like where's card 10? On the one page I can't get to open, or what? Here. There we go. All right, let's give it a whirl. Let's see what she says. You have an inner gift of great value, born of struggle, adversity, and challenge. In wisdom, you know that suffering can lead to growth, provided we're willing to search for a way to heal through it. Seeing challenges as ways to expand your spiritual light empowers you to focus on the growing light rather than getting caught up in suffering. Okay, there's more. Any struggles you've experienced are a karmic gift to help you grow this inner exquisite offering to support the spiritual evolution of humanity. Once you recognize this, you can dispense with your struggles more swiftly, using them to help you grow and not adding unnecessary energy or focus to the problem, which might make it grow instead. If you found yourself attracting negative energies from those around you, or perhaps just feeling drained or sometimes possessed by negative thoughts or experiences, you don't have to feel afraid. You can heal with Kuan Yin now, allowing that which is stirred up within you to begin forming the beautiful gift you have to share. Just as the pearl starts from irritation and reaction, so are the circumstances in your life which feel uncomfortable, serving you to help you grow your gift. It's time to realize that your soul is growing in luster and beauty to share with the world. Once you realize this, your struggles become less and your soul light becomes even more luminous. That is quite beautiful. So there's a healing underneath this, Gemini, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to include this in the well, probably in the description box, and I'll probably also pin a comment with this healing with Kuan Yin. For anybody who would like to take part in the healing part of this, you're welcome to do so. So the next card that came out was from the Oracle of the Fairies, and it says Magical Gateway. It says it takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. And it is a choice. Look, Gemini, not everybody is ready or willing to make this leap. Okay? It's going to take a lot of strength and a lot of openness. And like I said, there's a lot of discipline involved with this process too, I'll say. It's not for the faint of heart. I'm going to just say it's not for the faint of heart. With Divine Feather Messenger, we had the Magpie. It says reevaluate your priorities. It's time to let go of what you no longer need. Yeah. Kind of all succinct. And then with the Whispers of Love, which is Angela Hartfield's deck, we had 2 cards pop out, so I took them both. It says love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Yes, because you have the 7 of Wands twice. You're going to have to really, really hold and stand your ground. Like, if ever the 7 of Wands meant something in a reading, I feel like it does today in yours, Gemini. There's something about you really having to be determined, to overcome. really to be determined to come into this place of stability, to come into this place of prosperity, to come into this place of emotional fulfillment. This is you claiming this reading, Gemini. So do you want it? And then finally we had turn on your heart light. Reflect on a time when you experienced love. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. We're talking about bringing in our soulmate, our twin flame, our divine partner, our spiritual union, like whatever the words that you want to call it. This is what we're talking about here. And part of this process is really tapping into our emotional states. Like, so what's a great way? I mean, this is perfect guidance. Like, think about a time when you did experience love and start to remember how that feels and feel that feeling and spend time in that emotional state, because as you feel in to that thing that you desire, that's where the magic begins to happen. That's where the light switch gets turned on. That's where you begin to really manifest this thing. You begin to move the needle forward. So spend time in these states of feeling the excitement, of feeling the newness, of feeling the love, right? Feel that. Spend time thinking about that. Spend time asking Spirit for help to feel that. And that's the magic. That's the gold, right? So that's it. That's what I have for you today, Gemini. I hope that something in this message resonated for at least one person out there. If it did, go ahead and like the video. Obviously, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, so I can get these videos out to more people who are looking for this type of spiritual message, I guess. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'll see you guys on the next one, and take care.